LOL, by the way, this video is just going to be unabridged talking from me. If you find my voice to be kind of not the best, just click off the video. I will never judge you for that. Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I have noticed, as I assume most of you also have noticed, that 2020, not a big fan, not a big fan of this year. A couple small problems we've had to deal with. So, in the spirit of looking into the future and hoping for the best, I have compiled a list of some of my own predictions and some of my own friends' predictions. This is all going to be organized based on positive and negative, so I'll start with the more light-hearted things and then move into more borderline apocalyptic areas. I'll start off with my friends because I think they're a lot more interesting, and then move on to my own section. If you just want to see what I think, just click the time card shown on the screen. Other than that, let's get started. Our first one is this. A health bar for the raid boss will appear in the sky. A big fat monster. Am I allowed to say that word? Yeah. A big fat monster cock will wreak havoc. Only Pokemon leaders and all the Coomers and Sims can save the world. All hail the queen. Oh my goodness. That'd be kind of funny though. Imagine on December 31st, we just see like the Ender Dragon pop out of the sky. I get that I would probably shit my pants and run in fear, but it'd be pretty funny. Oh my goodness. This one is a little bit different. Maybe my boyfriend will let me finally peg him. Nope, JK. I feel like a giant volcano is going to erupt and a big earthquake is going to happen soon. I'm actually kind of scared about the giant volcano one because I've been hearing a lot of stories about how the Yellowstone National Park volcano has just not gone off, and it's supposed to go off, and it should have gone off, but it isn't. And if it does go off, it's lights out for humanity, basically. A big earthquake, I'm not particularly worried about that. There are so many smaller earthquakes around the world that big ones, should they happen, don't happen very often. Besides, most modern cities are built in a way that they're pretty earthquake resistant up to a certain level. Obviously, if we got like a 9.5, good night humanity, or good night whatever city that so happens to be. My money's on Los Angeles, but whatever. COVID restrictions lifted entirely by October. I actually have to agree with this one. Vaccines are already being distributed across most nations, most developed nations at the very least, and you don't need to vaccinize everybody. You only need to vaccinize a critical mass of people, and then, a little thing called herd immunity will kick in and save the rest of us. As long as we continue to quarantine, get vaccines, eventually this pandemic will pass and life will eventually return to normal, hopefully. I predict that 2021 is going to be a massive disappointment for people who think it's going to be golden. Don't get me wrong, literally nothing short of the bubonic plague 2 and World War 3 would be worse than this year, but next year is definitely going to disappoint some people. 2021 is still going to be a better year still, I can't wait. Yeah, actually that's a perfectly reasonable response. I feel like 2021 is just going to be a year of getting back into the flow of things, because honestly, with the way that this year has progressed, most people will need to take some time to get back into their normal traditional habits. That's just what I think. Skype comes back? That's my apocalypse scenario. If Skype comes back, I will literally, I don't know what I'll do. I'll be mildly surprised at best. Bitcoin reaches $100,000. I wouldn't actually be surprised if Bitcoin reached $100,000, considering that it's reached such exponential highs due to the pandemic and everything. For everyone who doesn't know, Bitcoin is this cryptocurrency that has recently swelled in popularity because a lot of investors have tried to look for different ways to put their money in safer places, because the stock market hasn't been a particularly safe place to put their money. So if Bitcoin does get to $100,000, good job on everyone who invested. February of 2021 will be a perfect month, with 4 weeks starting on a Monday and ending on a Sunday exactly. I actually have no idea if this is true or not, but if it is, yay, I don't care. It's February. It's like the run to the litter of every month. Like, dude, June is more important than February. No one remembers what happens in June. Generally, I don't have too many predictions, but I have a feeling students will probably have to go back to some form of online school. Also, I predict that Among Us will inevitably die a tragic and slow death. I think you're right with both of these, actually. Um, yeah, we will have to return to some kind of online school, even with the vaccine. It's just a fact. We can't just pretend that the virus is gone because we have a vaccine. Also, Among Us, yeah, that game was popular for max 3 weeks, and then they made a musical about it, which is also a video that I've done, so you should watch that video too. But yeah, Among Us is a good game. It's been blown out of the water. It's not bad, it's just not the perfect game, you know? It's like Mafia with more steps. And if you've ever played Mafia, you know, it's fun, but it can get kind of dull after the 10th round. I think there's going to be some kind of small war. First of all, I would shit my pants if there was some kind of small war. Every doomsday cult on the planet has been predicting the end of the universe, and if a global pandemic and a war don't trigger off something inside of these doomsday cults, I will personally lose it. Because imagine this small war kind of escalates into something crazier. I'm just saying, things could be pretty bad for us, but I am hoping that there are no more wars because there are no more reasons to commit wars. I'm just praying and hoping that that doesn't happen, but you never know these days. Alright, so I'm going to be putting these two together. Basically, Trump may assassinate Biden, and Trump will somehow find a way to regain power and will help Russia keep Putin in power. I don't mean to go full-blown conspiracy theory political nihilist here, but like, it'd be mad funny if it happened, I'm just saying. It'd be terrifying. That would literally be treason and a declaration of war at the same time. And I don't want that to happen as much as I meme on situations. If this were to legitimately happen, it'd be game over for everybody, okay? Or at least the way that most people live their lives would just go south so quickly because Russia and the USA are just such big world powers. What the hell are you gonna do when suddenly the world powers just say, oh, well, I guess we're just giving up these days. Bye. That would be terrifying. I live in a significantly less powerful country, as I'm certain most other people do. If this were to happen, we'd be drafted into wars. Shit would be over for us. I'm sorry to say this, but it'd happen. God, that's terrifying. New virus comes out. Oh God, I've got some news for you, bro. I've got some news for you. And finally, this is probably the worst prediction from 2021 that I could have possibly gotten out of anybody, is this. I think 2021 will be more of an absolute shit show than it is this year. I'm hopeful, but I mean, people were hopeful last year, and guess where we are now? In the middle of a goddamn pandemic with idiots still roaming around without masks doing dumb shit. Other than that, my hopes of being a very epic gamer girl on Twitch will maybe come true. Who knows? Either we get popular 16-year-old gamers who have a bunch of awesome cool sims, or we get another crapfest year. To more thoughts on the state of the world, I think World War III will be started. Cheers. Honestly, I hope World War III doesn't start. You know, it might not. There's a real possibility. But as for trying to make it on Twitch, you're gonna need a lot of help on Twitch. Just saying, you're gonna have to put in the work to be successful on Twitch. But if you're a woman, you're playing on easy mode. No offense to any of the ladies listening to this, but if you're a girl on Twitch, you got a strategic edge, and if you're not making it, you're doing something clearly wrong. All I'm saying. But yeah, good luck, bro. I think you'll make it on Twitch. I'm praying and hoping for you. Now on to my personal thoughts about what 2021 will entail. Honestly, one, I just want this coronavirus thing to be over. Life for me and a lot of my friends have drastically changed, and while I can say my family hasn't lost their jobs, they've come very fucking close, and that is a terrifying thought, considering I still live with my parents. Along with just like existential dread ending in 2021, I'm also really looking forward to getting out of high school and trying to live my life. I've got big plans for the future. Most of them are, I hope most of them will like come to fruition. That's all I really have to say about positives. Negatives, COVID 20. That might actually happen. I don't know like the specific science behind vaccines and viruses and all that other stuff, but COVID 20 sounds super scary. Rising political instability in the USA. Sounds epic and fun and not at all pants shitting scary, just saying that. Yeah, those are kind of my negative thoughts on this situation. Obviously, I just really hope that 2021 is just going to be a much better year than 2020. But that's just going to conclude the video here. This is just my personal predictions. Don't take any of this too seriously, honestly. If 2021 turns out to be an amazing year, then I can say for 100% certainty that this video was 100% wrong. Other than that, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thanks for putting up with my bullshit. And until then, adios. Bye-bye.